Hi, everybody. Martin Root with Project Heaven on Earth. And my guest today is a dear friend, a very funny friend, and a very deep friend, Christy Whitman. And she's just come out with a new book called The Desire Factor. Yay. Welcome, Christy.
Thank you, Martin. I've always loved our time together. So
Me
happy to
too.
be with you.
Let me just, because I did some more detective work on you today. You are a coach for sure. You're a transformational leader. You're the CEO and founder of the Quantum Success Coaching Academy, and you've certified over 3,000, get that number, 3,000 coaches. So, I mean, you have a substantial gravitas background. When we first met, we began to talk about purses because that's one of your loves. And I must admit to you, when you talk, because you're at high-end purses and how you gift yourself after certain achievements with a new purse, expensive purses, Coaches, Fendi. And I always had this in the back of my mind, like, oh God, she's so materialistic. And yet when I was with you, I never felt that. So it was the difference between my mind and my heart and my soul's connection with you. So as I was reading the book, the introduction talked about how you began what I call pursuing purses.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that, because it sounds weird in terms of an introduction to an interview, but it's the genesis really of this book.
Yeah, I remember driving, I don't know where, I think we were in Costa Rica or something, or Napa, and we were driving from the airport to the destination that we were going to. We had this whole conversation. You were so intrigued by this, what do I see in purses? Like, what is it about? And at one point you even picked up one of my purse, and Mary Morrissey is like, Martin, you shouldn't be doing that with a woman's purse. So it was just so funny because you were actually trying to see what I saw in them.
Yeah.
So for me, it all started 25 years ago when I really wanted to get a Coach purse. And I remember feeling like that was a lot of money for a purse back then. And it was about $400. And I really felt like I couldn't have that purse until I became the person who deserved to have that purse, meaning I was a smoker at the time. And I'd smoke a pack and a half a day. And for me to have that purse, I saw someone that had more grace and was a non-smoker. And so the little carrot on the little, proverbial stick was, when I quit smoking, I'm going to gift myself a Coach purse. And I knew exactly the purse I wanted to get. And so I literally had myself feeling like a non-smoker. I was living my way into that person that would carry that type of purse. And the things happened where it was like, it was the time to quit smoking. And it was the first time in all the times that I tried to quit smoking, because it was really still one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life was, quitting smoking. All the events led up to it. And so I gifted myself and gave myself that purse. Now, here I am 25 years later. I don't have that purse anymore, but it was the pursuit of having that person who I had to become in order to attain that purse. I'm still a non-smoker. And out of non-smoking, I love myself more. I take care of myself. It's amazing. I stopped smoking and I actually wear a seatbelt all the time. It was like one went with the other. I never wanted to wear a seatbelt in the car. All of a sudden the seatbelt came on. The men that I dated, the man I'm married to, is a completely different person than the person that I would have been and was attracted to when I was a smoker.
So this is a perfect segue into, because my first thought was, but this is all about materialism. And the book, in fact, you think that, but in fact, it's not. It's a deeply spiritual book. You're right. So talk about how desire is linked for you, desire for materialistic is linked for you to the spiritual.
Well, because when we feel that we want something, it could be for someone a set of golf clubs. It could be to play at a really beautiful golf resort. It could be to go on a trip, to build a dream home, to have an exotic car, whatever the desire is. And if it's a material thing, we have to become the person that's in vibrational match to it in order to attain it, whether it's a new level of money, a new level of success. And the personality part of us that likes to get the stuff and likes to achieve these things and drive the car and have the house and have the relationship and have the baby and the trips and all that kind of stuff, that part gets satisfied. But it's so much deeper than that, because it's the divine that implants the desire to us in the first place. The divine knows us intimately and knows what kind of desire you're going to take and run with and what kind of desire I'm going to take and run with. I'll give you a perfect example. Marianne Williamson, who's a mutual friend of ours, she did the endorsement for the cover of the Desire Factor, which that in and of itself was a desire factor for me. And, you know, many years ago, she got the imprint of the desire to run for president, right? And she went, ooh, yes, I'll do it. And did everything that she needed to do to move on that path. Now, she didn't become the president of the United States. However, the influence that she had and the people that were influenced and had a new perspective and new consciousness because she ran for president, that shifted a lot of things. She's a luminary, right? I had a couple of clients say to me, you should run for president of the United States. And I said, oh, hell no. That is so not my desire factor, right? The divine did not give me that imprint. That came from someone else of a should, you know. She received that from the divine that's breathing her. She became something more than she was in her experience of running for the presidency.
This is perfect because you're making a distinction here that I want you to expand on. One is the divine imprint, because sometimes that's to make a difference in the world. Sometimes it's for a purse, versus a should. So I'm subjected to media saying you got to have this car, Martin. You got to have this kind of wife, this kind of house, this kind. Talk about, how do I know that it is a divine imprint?
When you receive it, not from someone else, you like literally, it becomes almost like an idea that you get and you go, oh, I would love that. Oh, that would be fun, right? It's the initial reaction of, oh, you know, I get this all the time from people that become coaches. They're like, I feel that call. I would love to do that. But what most people do is they then go, I can't do that. Who am I to do that? Oh, there's so many people doing it. I don't know how to do it. Or even what your reaction, that's so materialistic, right? But who you become in the process when you get that desire and you go, oh, I love that. If you follow that desire, there is growth, there is expansion. Every desire is life-giving, and nothing gets created unless there's a desire.
That's brilliant. I'm thinking about when I first heard the thought in my head, oh, you mean heaven on earth. And my first reaction was, oh my God, you can't say that. And then I thought, well, why not? And Christy, I knew at that very moment that the next phase of my life would be about that. And my newest work too, I'm just writing a book about paradise. The same thing. It came to me and I went, oh, that's it. So when the call comes, and then after the call can be and you talk about, you know, the resistance, no, that I can't do that. Talk more about the distinction between strengthening the desire factor and reducing or eliminating the stuff that comes up in the way.
Well, the stuff that comes up in the way, any of the doubt, anything that's in lack, limitation, you know, the emotions that come up with that, the fear, the worry, all of that, that's not of the divine. That's resistance. And when we follow and align with that desire, meaning our consciousness, the words that we say, the thoughts that we think, the perspective that we have, the emotions that we feel, the actions that we take, when all of that's aligned, because that is the first principle, the principle of alignment in the desire factor, we let energy, life move through us. It's like that desire and just aligning. You don't even have to do anything at this point. Just align with what it would feel like to experience that, to be that, to have it, right? And you get to just, wow, right? I mean, and it's funny because people say, oh, well, that's so materialistic. But really, when you look at it from a higher spiritual perspective, we know now that everything is energy. Everything is energy. And all forms are created from energy. If you think about someone that Ferrari, right? Enzo Ferrari, right? He created the idea of an exotic, super vroom vroom car, sexy, sleek, right? That idea, he got that desire factor and created this, whether it's a purse or a golf clubs or an exotic car or a house builder or whatever it was. These people followed their impulse, right? And so now you have someone that sees a Ferrari and they're like, oh, wow, now that's a car I'd love to drive, right? That came from inside. That came from, oh, wow, there's a passion, a feel good. Why is that bad?
Why is that bad? Tell me.
It's not.
Thank you.
When you say, here's the difference. I want to drive that car because Kim Kardashian drives that car and I want to be like Kim Kardashian. I need to get that purse because I need to be liked by my friends. I need to look better than. I need to go and make that amount of money so that I finally feel the power and women love me. That's not a divine desire. That's coming from an imprinted part of us that's trying to prove something, trying to feel loved, trying to feel connected. That's coming from a place that feels separated from. That's not a desire factor. We're talking about, oh, wow, I would love to go to Australia and experience Australia. I'd love to see a koala bear, right? Well, you need money to get on that plane to go see a koala bear. So why is money bad? Because the Bible says, actually, it was greed is the root of all evil, not money. And Martin, let's really screw people up. I think this was a master plan. Someone was like, let's mess people up. We'll decide for everybody long before so many of them are ever born that you need this thing called money as a medium of exchange, right? If I want to eat, I have to take some money that I earned from doing something of value, and I have to give it to the grocer or the restaurateur or whomever so I can have a meal, right? If I want electricity, if I want to live in a house, whatever it is, I need this medium of exchange. But then the Bible says it's the love of money that's the root of all evil. Split energy. Do I love money or not? I need it, but I shouldn't want it. So maybe I'll just have just enough. Because if I just have enough, then I'll be okay. I shouldn't desire anything. That's not of the divine. The divine is a creator. It wants us to feel the life pulsating through. It wants us to create. It is a creator. We are part of the creator. We're not separate from. Have you tried to beat your heart today? Did you go, okay, heart beat? No, it's impossible. Even if you try, the divine's doing it for you. Well, that means that life is part of the divine. Life, the divine, is energy. It's all creative. So
Very beautiful, Christy. Very beautiful. You make a lovely distinction between divine desire and imposed desire. I want to go to something else, which have you thought at all about collective desire? And I'm asking that for a specific reason, because I'm tracking the number of results that come for Heaven on Earth every year. And the difference between 2021 already is extraordinary. We're up over 100% in 3 months when recording this. What about the divine desire for humanity?
It's all about light. It's all about expansion, right? And how do most people, and think about what happened in 2020, right? How do most people awaken to what they really want? They attract or create something that they don't want. When you're sick, what do you want? Oh, I just want to feel good. I want to get healthy. I want to feel better, right? When you're lonely, when you don't have a partner, I really, really would love to have a partner that I could love, that I could spend time with, that would really get me and understand me, right? It's in those times where you're on your knees, like, I'm tired of being in debt. Please, God, help me. I want more money, right? It's those contrasting experiences that have us in our conscious awareness aware of what we do want. Most people stay stuck, and it'll always be this way. A lot of people stay stuck. I don't have any money. Life sucks without money. I can't get any money. Poor me. I can't have what I want, right? Instead of pivoting, going, okay, I'm tired of living like this. I want to create a life where I have more money. Or I'm tired of being alone. I'm tired of pushing people away from me. I want to create a relationship, and I want to learn how to be more loving so I can attract a relationship. That's the growth point. Well,
I think
what happened?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, well, what happened in 2020? It was full of contrast, right? There was a lot of people. I thrived in 2020. I didn't suffer. My heart goes out to those that did, but I've been doing this work a very long time so that I knew that I create my own reality, and I know I need to shift my perspective on things. A lot of people that needed to awaken to this, like the council said, you know, who I channel, you've met, it's an amplification time. What's someone's biggest fear is going to come up, and they're either going to look at it or they're going to go more in contrast with it. And so as we have more people waking up to, I don't want to stand for this anymore.
Yes.
I don't want my life to be a struggle anymore. More people are shifting into awakening. More people are shifting into their conscious awareness that they create their own reality. More consciousness has been birthed, more light has been birthed out of the contrast. It's always been like that. So we can look at 2020 and go, wow, so many were suffering. Oh my gosh, how many people woke up? How many people are waking up?
I'm with you, honey. And our hearts go out to those who are suffering.
Yes.
And I, like you, have seen a great, great awakening in people around me and in me personally. The book is The Desire Factor, Christy Whitman. Get it? She's amazing. People want to find more information. How do they do that?
You can go to thedesirefactor.com. There's actually $900 worth of bonuses. Live class you could take with the council to go deeper, processes and activations to help you right away towards this, you know, feeling good, feeling that co-creative relationship with your divine. So it's all there at thedesirefactor.com.
We'll put that up. Christy, my love, thank you for your work.
Love you, Martin.
Love you.